he's unconscious, he needs me. He needs
He
warm
needs the
clothes.
ambulance
He
service
needs
at the minute.
mum.
He's got blankets.
He needs his
blankets, okay?
I feel so useless, Dad.
I know.
It's not my fault.
Logan Mwangi's story is one that no one should ever have to tell. It is a tale of a bright, joyful child whose life was tragically cut short by those who were supposed to care for him the most. The pain and betrayal in this story are immeasurable, but it's also a wake-up call for society to do more, to notice the signs, and to protect children who can't protect themselves. But first, if you care about creating a safer world for children, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and join the conversation in the comments below. Every like, share, and comment amplifies Logan's story and raises awareness about the importance of child safety. Together, we can make a difference.
See my biological son.
I heard. Look.
He is unconscious. Why is he unconscious?
Listen, I don't know. I don't know. Right now, the best thing...
All I'm getting is answers like this. Why is no one telling me what's going on?
I don't know.
Logan's tragic end was revealed on a quiet morning in July 2021. In the peaceful town of Sarn, South Wales, the discovery of his small, lifeless body in the River Ogmore sent shockwaves through the community. At just 5 years old, Logan had already faced more than his share of challenges, but no one could have imagined the heartbreaking truth of what happened in his final days. His body was found partially submerged in the river, wearing his favorite dinosaur pajama bottoms and a Spider-Man top. At first glance, it might have seemed like an innocent scene, perhaps a child who wandered too far from home. But as the investigation unfolded, it became clear that this was no accident. Logan had suffered a horrifying betrayal at the hands of those closest to him. The injuries Logan endured were described as catastrophic, the kind that are more commonly seen in victims of severe abuse or car accidents. He had 56 separate injuries, including bruises to his head, tears to his liver, and damage to his bowel. These were not injuries that could be explained away or ignored. They painted a picture of a child who had been subjected to unimaginable suffering. Logan lived with his mother, Ankarad Williamson, her partner, John Cole, and a 14-year-old boy named Craig Mulligan, who had been raised by Cole since infancy. What should have been a safe, loving home turned out to be a place of terror for Logan. In the days leading up to his death, Logan was treated more like a prisoner than a beloved child. After testing positive for COVID-19, he was confined to his bedroom with a baby gate preventing him from leaving. This isolation wasn't out of concern for his health. It was a form of punishment. The court later described this treatment as dehumanizing, a culmination of months of neglect and cruelty. Logan's behavior had changed dramatically in the months leading up to his death. He began to stammer more, particularly around Cole, and started wetting himself more frequently, clear signs of extreme stress and fear. Yet, despite these red flags, no one intervened in time to save him. CCTV footage from a neighbor's home would later reveal the chilling actions of Cole and Mulligan on the night of Logan's death. The footage showed the two carrying Logan's body in a sports bag to the River Ogmore in the early hours of the morning. They returned to the house shortly after, only to retrieve Logan's pajama top, which was not a panicked act but a calculated attempt to cover up their crime. The court would hear that Cole harbored a deep resentment toward Logan, fueled by his obsession with the idea that Williamson had been unfaithful to him with Logan's biological father, Ben Wangi. This unfounded suspicion led to a toxic environment in which Logan bore the brunt of Cole's anger and frustration. Mulligan, who was just 14 at the time, played a disturbingly active role in Logan's abuse. Witnesses described him as having a desire for violence, with one support worker recounting a chilling moment when Mulligan sang about enjoying harming children. Despite his young age, Mulligan's actions showed a level of cruelty that left even seasoned investigators shocked. Logan's biological father, Ben Mwangi, was devastated by the news of his son's death. In a heartfelt victim impact statement, he described the recurring nightmares that haunt him to this day. He dreams of holding Logan only to have him disappear from his arms. The pain of losing his son is something he will carry for the rest of his life. The trial of Williamson, Cole, and Mulligan brought to light the full extent of Logan's suffering. The jury heard harrowing details of his final days and saw the damning evidence captured on CCTV. The courtroom was filled with family members, jurors, and members of the community, all seeking justice for Logan. Williamson and Mulligan were both found guilty of murder, while Cole pleaded guilty to perverting the course of justice. The sentences handed down reflected the severity of their crimes. Cole was sentenced to a minimum of 29 years in prison, Williamson to 28 years, and Mulligan to 15 years. While these sentences provided some measure of justice, they could never undo the harm that had been done. Throughout the trial, the image of Logan as a bright, cheerful little boy was a stark contrast to the dark reality of his final days. His teachers described him as a kind, inquisitive child with a smile that could light up a room. He loved playing hide-and-seek with his friends and pretending to be superheroes, with Spider-Man being his favorite. Logan's story has left a lasting impact on his school community, which has come together to honor his memory. The tragedy of Logan Mwangi has sparked a national conversation about child protection and the need for vigilance in identifying and addressing abuse. The Welsh government has pledged to review safeguarding measures, and a report on the case is expected to be released soon. But for many, these measures come too late. Logan's death is a painful reminder of the importance of speaking up and taking action when a child is in danger. As Logan's story continues to resonate with people around the world, it serves as a call to action for all of us. It's a reminder that we must remain vigilant, speak up, and fight for the rights of children who cannot fight for themselves. Logan's light may have been extinguished, but his legacy lives on in the efforts to protect other children from suffering the same fate. If you've made it this far, thank you for taking the time to hear Logan's story. Let's honor his memory by being advocates for change. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Together, we can work toward a world where every child is safe, loved, and protected.